that being said, I do have to ask you, are you still cheering for the Oilers? Northland Ford would like to welcome to the playoff edition of Slipper Sinbin, head coach and general manager of the Flin Bombers, Mike Reagan. Thanks for coming in, Mike.
Thanks for having me back.
Mike, it's a new season, and to be honest, it's probably a good thing to start fresh again. It's been a tough couple of weeks, as everybody knows, for the Bombers, but it's not a lack of effort, Riggs. How do you see the last couple of weeks?
Well, I think, Slipper, that everybody knows that we've struggled a little bit here, and it has been tough. It's been frustrating, but like you said, it's not from lack of effort. We feel that we've played some pretty good hockey, but just not getting the results. And like you said, it's a new season. We've got to put that behind us and just focus on the first game 1 Friday night, and we're excited about the opportunity. And the guys have had a great attitude this whole time and have put the work in practice here, and we think that we'll turn the corner here starting Friday night.
I absolutely agree. The guys are, I know I talked to a few of them today, and they're all jacked up, ready to go. So it looks like good things ahead. Riggs, the team has been riddled with injuries all season. Egan, Mercier, Raymond, Tremblay, Kaspic, Vardy, King, Shell, and now, of course, Cole Duperreault, all missing extended time. But boy, the team has some great depth, and you've been able to fight through it all season. How do the Bombers sit injury-wise going into the playoffs?
Yeah, you just listing off all those names. You kind of forget how many guys have actually been banged up, but it has been a tough season that way. I think every team throughout the league has faced some situations where they've had injury problems, but the guys have really battled through it, and like you said, the depth has been really good, and it really sucks to lose Dupe here, right before playoffs basically, and Tremblay will be out for at least another 2-3 weeks. He is seeing a doctor this Friday,
right.
And hopefully we get some good news from that. And Duperreault, we're hoping that we'll be back a little bit sooner than.
The Bombers will face the Battleford North Stars in the first round. You didn't face the Stars, Riggs, until late in the season due to COVID. The season series was tied at 2 each. What do the Bombers need to do to take 4 games off of Battleford?
Well, I think just the most important thing is the consistency of our play. We've got to be physical, we've got to defend well, and capitalize on some of our opportunities. I think that's been a big problem lately is, we're getting 40-plus shots every night, but we're not seeming to score more than 1 or 2 goals. And that's typically how it's going to be in the playoffs. Usually they're not high-scoring games, so hopefully that's an advantage for us. We've played a lot of 1-goal hockey games. I think we've lost 11 games by 1 goal since Christmas time. So we're hoping that the hockey gods turn that around for us, and we're winning those 1-goal hockey games. But it's going to be tough. Battleford and Flin is always a great playoff series. Yeah. There's a lot of history and good rivalry, and the fans are pretty intense in both centers, and we're expecting some good crowds and a great atmosphere.
Mike, we have interviewed a lot of the Bombers this year here in the Sin Bin. It's been a ton of fun. All of them great guys, friendly, polite, awesome fellas. I asked every one of them what their favorite part of being a Flin Flon Bomber is, and to a man, each of them said the community and the fans. I know a big crowd Tuesday night at the Whitney would give these fellas a huge boost. Is that fair to say, and what do you want to say to Bomber Nation?
Yeah, Slipper, there's no question that having a big crowd would be huge for our guys. It's been a tough year, but we've had some pretty good support so far. But, with the restrictions being lifted, no masks, no vaccination, a lot of people that haven't been able to go to hockey games in the last 1.5 to 2 years. The way we ended the last playoff run with a sweep of Humboldt and a lot of excitement, obviously was disappointment. Yeah. For us and the community and Bomber Nation, like you said, but we're pretty confident that people are going to come out. It's playoff time. There's no better place to be than the Whitney Forum. Even throughout the league, everybody talks about what a great atmosphere the Whitney is. And
Mike, I know you're real disappointed because I don't have quick hits prepared today, and the reason is that we were just talking playoffs. But that being said, I do have to ask you, are you still cheering for the Oilers?
Of course I'm still an Oilers fan. You got to stick through the tough times with your team, just like our Bombers fans have stuck with us. And you know, big game against Detroit tonight, and I'm really hoping for a battle of Alberta in the playoffs, and then you and I can wager something pretty good.
The Oilers are bad, just to let you know. The Flames are great. I saw Kai Olofsson today, who is, I think, the only Flames fan on the Bombers team, so he is now my favorite Bomber. You've brainwashed most of those guys to be Oiler fans.
That's how we recruit.
Yeah. Anyways, you're right. I truly hope that the Oilers and the Flames get together in the playoffs. Unfortunately, the Oilers won't make the playoffs, but that's the way it goes. So, Regs, the boys travel to Battleford for games Friday and Saturday. I'm sure these games will be on CFAR, and of course, Hockey TV. Then back for Game 3 next Tuesday, and Game 4 Wednesday. We mentioned earlier, boy, we want to see that Whitney Forum full and rocking. There's no better place to watch hockey, and if you haven't been to the Whitney Forum, or if you haven't been in for a while, it's awesome. It's just incredible. So good luck to you, Mike, and these awesome young men that make up the Bombers. We're really looking for a long run.
Thanks very much, Slipper. Your support is appreciated, and all Bomber Nation, and we're looking forward to it.